everybody. Happy new moon. So tonight we are gathering together because I want to share with you the practice that I do every month on new moons, which is a release and a little bit of a programming all at the same time. So what we're going to do today, the moon actually turns full in about 30 minutes at 6:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 12th of December, which is today. So I'm just going to slowly give everybody a few minutes to arrive for anyone who wants to join, and then we're going to get started. So we're going to do a quick meditation together first. I'm going to take you into the space of the heart. We're going to connect to this idea of what the Sagittarius moon means, and from there we are going to come out of meditation and just put everything on paper and take it from there. So always remember that when we are doing this kind of practice, the page that you're working on is the pleroma. It is the field of all probabilities and possibilities. And so the expression that you put on there, the things that you draw, is your personal expression. And then we're going to pull in the energies of society, and if you want, you can even pull in divine consciousness into your work at the end. It will depend on how you feel. Okay? So before we get into the meditation, let me maybe talk a little bit about what tonight's moon is. We have entered Sagittarius. We are coming towards the end of the zodiacal dial, right? It starts in March and it ends at the end of February. So right now we are in Sagittarius, so we're in the last, all we have are the last 4 signs of the zodiac left. Now, the last 4, the first part, the first 6 months of the zodiac focuses more on our physical being, on who we are as like individuals. The last 6 months of the year, or the last 6 signs of the zodiac, which corresponds to the last 6 months of the year, at least in the calendar I was born under, focuses more on the ethereal aspects of us. So the last 6 months are a lot more introspective. They are more about our intellectual being, our emotional being, and all of that. So right now we are in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is one of the last 4. It's the 4th last sign. And Sagittarius is mutable fire. Fire is the element for our passion. Fire is what makes our body move, literally. As long as you're alive, you have fire, you know. That's why I love the symbology on Survivor so much, because they say, as long as you've got fire, you remain in the game. The same is true for you. Your body, by the virtue of being alive, by doing metabolic activities, creates heat. So we need that heat. We need fire. We are made out of fire. The electrical currents that run through your body right now, that are allowing you to see me and hear me right now, is all the fire in our body. But fire also stands for passion. Fire also stands for being brave and breaking boundaries and things of that nature. Sagittarius specifically is one of the 3 freedom-loving signs of the zodiac. For the Sagittarii, the only thing that matters in life is having different kinds of personal experiences, experiencing life in different modalities, in different ways, in different aspects. So the wealth of knowledge that you get from going through different kinds of experiences is what Sagittarius finds meaningful in their life, right? So depending on what our element and our modalities are, we find value in different things in life. Sagittarius does not like limitations. It does not like being cornered. It does not like the routine. It does not like the mundane. Sagittarius is the curious sign that is looking for wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom that you talk about, but the kind of wisdom that comes from lived experiences. Right? So Sagittarius is all about finding your limitations and then pushing them just a little bit further. The moon is the emotional aspect of us, the subconscious part of us, the part of us that other people don't easily see. So when the moon enters the sign of Sagittarius, it does so as we start to enter the dark months of the year. Right? We're going into the last 3 months, we're going into winter. This is the last month of autumn, where we have relatively long days. But now we're going to get into the longest nights of the year. So as we start to go into the darkness, as we start to go into the months of the year that bring about the invitation for us to be more introspective, before we get there, before the winter equinox, the universe, the moon, gives us this invitation to think about, where is your curiosity? Where is the little child inside of you gone? The one that was brave, the one that was curious, the one that wanted to have all kinds of different experiences in life. Where is that version of you? Sagittarius asks you, are you living your best life? Are you living your most joyful life? If not, why not? How are you limiting yourself? What is the story that you're telling yourself about you is doing to limit your sense of wonder, of curiosity, of being like a child? It doesn't take much to get joy out of a child. They get happy with the smallest things. They get bewildered with the simplest things. So the question right now with the Sagittarius moon is, where is your inner child? How curious is your inner child? How much do you allow yourself to be curious about different events and different things in life? And how do you go chasing your joy? Or do you say chasing joy is irresponsible? It's not something I want to do. It has consequences. So the new moon today, we set new intentions, right? And we are setting this intention of removing these boundaries, of setting ourselves free. Whatever these external expectations are, whatever the external programming is that has allowed you to come to this place of self-restricting, this is an opportunity for us to find those. And this is an opportunity for us to release them. Now, this is also happening at the same time as Venus, the planet of our relationships, the planet of our loved ones, the planet of our interpersonal relationships, has entered the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is all about sex, death, and the occult, everything that transforms our lives. And so our interpersonal relationships, our relationships to each other, are going through a metamorphosis, are going through a death and rebirth. A lot of relationships are being redefined right now. A lot of relationships are being strained right now. And this is going to continue until the 29th of December. So as this energy of transformation in our relationships is present, it is really important for us to remember how to be curious, how to be detached of outcome, and how to find joy in the little things, especially when it comes to really, really strained relationships. I don't know about you, but I'm having all kinds of issues with relationships right now. Familial relationships, romantic relationships. So, me trying to find out the ways that I judge myself and the ways that I don't allow myself to be curious, I need to be aware of those things. I need to know why. I need to know where. Because once I know the why, once I know the original story, I can rewrite that story. Or I can choose, this story is actually here to benefit me, so I will keep it. Otherwise, if it doesn't, I can rewrite it. I can reprogram my subconscious mind so that I can have a different experience in my lived experience. Okay? So today what I want to do is I want to take us all into a short little meditation. Hopefully it will take only about 10-15 minutes. By the time we come out of meditation, the moon will be new. The moon will be new in 20 minutes. 19 minutes. Okay, 6:32 p.m. if you're Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we're going to come out of meditation by then, and just as the moon is turning new, we can all set this intention together and release it on paper and let it sit there for the next 6 months until the full moon in Sagittarius. Okay? Everybody ready? Does anybody have any questions? So for the artwork today, I'm going to switch my camera for a second so you can see. For the artwork today, you're going to need your paper as always. You're going to need at least a fine-tipped marker, if not an ultra-fine tip. I like to round with the ultra-fine tip, but I don't like to release with the ultra-fine tip. I use the fine. And if you want to bring in divine consciousness into it, we're going to use our chisel-tipped marker. As always, something to color your work with, either markers or pencils or crayons or whatever you choose, but that's the material you're going to need. So hopefully you have that material, and if you do, and if you're ready, let's slowly get into our meditation. So, if you're here in the chat and you're ready for the meditation, just give me a thumbs up or just react somehow so I know we're good to go. Yes, no, maybe. Great. Okay. All right. So, if you are seated in a chair, then I want you, hi my love, I want you to put feet flat on the ground, unless you're sitting in lotus. If you're sitting cross-legged, so be it. But if you are sitting, great. Hi Silla, good to see you, darling. But if you're sitting on a chair, I want you to have feet flat on the ground. Okay, make sure your spine is straight. Okay, make sure you are sitting on your sit bones. You should be able to feel those little bones if you wiggle your bum. Make sure you're sitting equally on both sit bones. Our spine is straight. Tuck your chin a little bit to make sure your spine is in fact straight and we're not hyperextending. Okay, we're going to put our hands in a receptive mudra. So either both hands out, up on your lap, or I really like Diana, especially for this meditation. So, hi Parveen, I've missed you too. You're just in time. We're about to do a little meditation. So, we're going to do either hands straight up or Diana Mudra, which is left hand under, right hand on top. Thumbs come together. If you are female or male, makes no difference. If you're doing the Diana Mudra, we're putting our thumbs just about an inch under our belly button. So for women, this is actually encircling your womb and your creativity and all of that. Okay? So hands in the lap, feet flat on the ground, Straight spine, tuck your chin a little bit, release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And when you're ready, close your eyes. And wherever you are with your breath, let's exhale now. Now let's take a deep inhale and fill yourself up with as much light as you can as your breath enters your body. And as you exhale, imagine any tension in your body becoming smoke and leaving with the light out of your body. One more time, deep breath in, light yourself up from within. Expand your belly as you breathe in. And as you exhale, release any physical and mental tension into the light and let it come out of your body. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath in. Get as much light as you can in your body. And as you exhale, release all the tension in your mind and in your body. Now, with your next deep breath in, I want you to grow roots from your sit bone and send them all the way to the core of Mother Earth. And as you exhale, I want you to feel the warmth of Mother Earth crawling into your body through those veins, through those roots. Let it relax you a little more. Now, with our next deep breath in, we're going to send all of our love and gratitude to Mother Earth for everything she's ever given us. And as you exhale, I want you to receive her resourcefulness, her wisdom, and her beauty. One more time, let's send all of our love and gratitude to Mother Gaia for these new gifts. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to slowly release your breath. See yourself as miniature, standing at the crown of your head, looking down into a deep, dark stairwell. It goes deep inside your body. Now the stairwell itself is dark, but the stairs themselves are lit as if by stardust. You can see exactly where you're going. When you're ready, with easy breath and sure steps, let's start walking down these stairs. Within a few steps, you arrive at the eyes. Keep walking down. You arrive at the nose. Keep walking down, slowly but surely. Slowly we go across the mouth. Now as you pass the chin and enter the throat, with every step you take, it gets a little bit darker behind your eyes. Keep walking down past the throat. Slowly you walk past the clavicles. And within a few steps, you arrive at the hallway at the center of your heart. It spans to the right and the left, but you take a few steps to the left. You are now standing in front of the doorway to your heart. I want you to notice the size of this door, notice the door handle, and if there are any locks on this door. If there are any locks, you are the only one with the key or keys, as the case may be. Now, slowly, I want you to take a deep breath in, put your hand on the door handle, unlock the locks if necessary, and as you exhale, open the door, step in, and close the door behind you. This is the space of the heart. It is the safest and the vastest place in the world for you. Nothing but love shall come from within, and nothing but love shall enter in. Now take a moment and look around the space of the heart. What do you see in this space? Who is here in this space with you? As you look around, you notice a door in a not too far distance. That door seems to be gleaming with light. I want you to walk towards that door. And as you get close to it, it opens automatically. And outside the door, you see a beautiful field. I want you to step outside. It is dark, it is night, and the moon is new, so there is very little light lighting this space. It's outdoors, so you can hear all kinds of creatures of the night. There's tall grass, flowers, and fauna all around you. There's a path in front of you, and I want you to start walking down this path. Very slowly you start to notice that there's a sound of water flowing nearby. Even though it is the night sky, there is enough light from the stars for you to be able to see where you're going. And ever so slowly, you come up on a body of water. It is a lake. It is very still right now. I want you to take a seat somewhere on the sandy beach at the edge of this water. The water in front of you, the body of water in front of you, is your emotional state, is your emotional being. And right now, it is very calm. You can almost see the reflection of the stars in the sky on the water. It is so calm, it's almost like a mirror. Now, as you are seated in front of this water in a comfortable position, I want you to ask yourself one question. How much joy do What are the things that are weighing me down and stopping me from pursuing my joy? What are the thoughts in my head prohibiting me from doing those things that make me truly happy? What do I need to do to bring back the child in me, the curious one that was not afraid of anything, that found wonder in the smallest, simplest things in life? Where has that sense of joy gone? What are the experiences in my life that have caused me to limit this joy? Now, as you're having these thoughts, you may not have noticed, but you're starting to become encapsulated by Mother Earth into a tiny little cocoon. It is round, it is safe and warm and dark. Very slowly you're turning into a seed. Now you were sitting so close by the water that you don't realize that the rising tide has started to wash the sand from underneath you. And being this little seed now, it doesn't take much for you to be pulled into the water. It's okay. Surrender to the water. You are safe in this water. You can breathe under it. Slowly but surely you start to sink to the bottom of this lake. At the bottom there is a muddy pit. It is soft. So as you hit the bottom, you sink a little bit deep. You start to get to the point where you can't see the surface of the water anymore. The mud has fully covered you. You can feel the weight of it on you. You can sense the depth of the darkness you're stepping into. Now I want you to become aware of any fear or anxiety you might be experiencing in this moment. Breathe through them and let them go. You are completely safe. Sometimes in life, we become seeds of potential, much like the seed that you are right now. In order for the seed to germinate, in order for life to start, you need absolute darkness. Any new day begins at midnight, not at sunrise. So as we go into the dark months of the year, I want you to find the moment now to find the comfort in the discomfort of darkness. This darkness is your friend. It is nothing to be afraid of. Of course, you're going to feel heavier under mud and water than you did on the shore. But sometimes this is the way life is. circumstances in life and our emotional reactions to them weigh heavily on us. Right now, in this muddy water, you can feel the weight of your emotions on you. But the weight of this water is going to bring out the survivor in you, the thriver in you. It's going to allow you to become what you are meant to be. Without realizing it, your seed has started to germinate underwater. Before you know it, there's a tiny stem and a stalk, and it slowly starts to push its way through the mud, trying to reach back for the stars. And very soon, you have poked your head out of the soil and the mud, as if completely effortlessly. Now I want you to feel the security and the anchoredness of the ground beneath you as you begin to germinate and as you begin to move up as this stalk. Slowly you start to rise through the waters of your emotion. The higher you go, the less weight is on you. The more you allow for your feelings to transform, going from the very deep to the less deep, to the somewhat shallow, and just before poking your head out from the water to the superficial. Keep reaching for the stars. That is your destiny always. We are all made out of stardust, and to stardust we return. So reach for the stars, no matter what is happening. Now you have poked your head out of the water, and you begin to bloom into a beautiful lotus flower. Notice what size it is. Notice what color it is. And notice what it feels like to overcome the obstacles, to climb through the heaviness of emotion, and arrive on the surface of life. Beautiful, blossoming, fragrant, a sight to behold. You are this beautiful flower. Life is going to put you through situations where it's going to feel heavy, but day after day, staying in that heaviness allows you to ground yourself and grow into something you never imagined you could be. Now, I want you to become aware all of a sudden of your body sitting back on the beach, as if the whole experience you just had was nothing but a dream and your body was sitting there the whole time. But looking out at the water, you see the flower you became on the surface of this water. You are always full. You are always in bloom. You are always beautiful. In this lake, in the space of your heart. And if you can see it, can be it in life. Anytime you want to come and visit this flower, all you have to do is walk down the stairs into the space of the heart and come out the door you just came out through. This place is always here for you. Take a moment to see how you feel, and when you're ready, slowly stand up and let's start walking this path back into the space of the heart. Once again, as you arrive at the door, it opens for you automatically without any effort. Step back into the space of the heart and notice how you feel. Hold on to this emotion. Notice any sensations in your body, whether it was anxiety, whether it's excitement, whether it's doubt. Whatever it is, I want you to find the thoughts in the mind and the sensations in the body. What scares you about being limitless? What scares you about having to bear down and tolerate the weight of life on you sometimes? What scares you from chasing your joy? Find the thoughts, find the sensations in the body, and then I want you to connect a cord from those thoughts and those sensations to your dominant drawing hand. As you transfer these thoughts, emotions, and sensations into your hand, I want you to feel it get heavy. Feel the buildup of energy in your dominant hand. You are meant to live a curious, joyful life. If you remove the limits you've put on it yourself and disregard the limits society puts on you, you can have exactly that. So, when you're ready, with the intention of setting yourself free in every way possible, find the door to the hallway in the center of your chest one more time. When you arrive at the doorway to your heart, make sure you take a deep breath in, put your hand on the door handle, and when you're ready, exhale, open the door and close the door behind you. If that door was locked, make sure you lock it before going back to the staircase. When you're ready, let's start walking up these stairs, slowly but surely, with sure steps and an easy breath. Slowly we walk past the clavicles, slowly entering the throat. A few more steps and we cross the chin into the face. Now with every step that you take, you get a little bit more light behind your eyes. Wiggle your toes as you arrive at the nose. Wiggle your fingers as you arrive at the eyes. And slowly as you arrive at the crown, become aware of your physical body. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How did we do? Was everybody able to connect? Sorry, that was a little bit of a longer meditation, but happy new moon. The moon is now new, 10 minutes. Okay. Are you ready to put that little seed on paper and have it germinate out so you can be that little lotus flower in no time? Let's do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our seed. We're going to draw a circle for our seed to do our release in. Okay? Now, where the seed goes is completely up to you. Remember that in neurographic art, the right side of your paper is the future. The left side of your paper is the past. So everything in between is the present moment. Okay? If you orient your seed closer to the left edge, you have more future in front of you. If you do it more towards the future, towards the right side, there's more of a past energy that is coming into your algorithm. So decide where you want this seed to be and decide how big you want it to be. Now, I'm going to use my chisel tip. You might want to do the same. The outline of the seed is going to be our fixation. It's going to be the most prominent thing that we're going to put on this paper. Also, draw your circle first, and then I will tell you the rest. So feel intrinsically on your page where you want this to go, where you want your seed to go. Okay? And then once you feel around for it and figure out what size you want it to be, put your pen down and draw your circle. It does not have to be perfect. Perfection is never the goal in neurographic art. Okay? Mine ended up being somewhere almost smack dab in the middle, but towards the top. Notice where yours is. Is it more on the bottom? Or is it more towards the top? Or is it smack dab center? The length of the page is your emotional state. The higher you are on the page, the more positive you feel about life and about yourself. The lower you are on this page, the less positive you feel about yourself. The emotions are heavier. They're sitting lower. So notice where yours is. I seem to be very much in the present, and I seem to be feeling good about something today, which is interesting because I've had an interesting day. Okay? Now, remember we talked about in the space of the heart, we were talking about all of those things that you fear about letting yourself go, letting yourself be free, letting yourself explore, letting yourself be curious. All of those thoughts, I want you to release inside of this circle right now. Okay, so as you know, with releases, we take a deep breath in. I'm using this pen because I have other ones if I break the nib, and I don't think I'm gonna have that much energy behind it, but you really wanna let this go. If you can, if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of people around you and they're not going to get scared, you want to release audibly. You want to release with a scream if you can. I'm not going to because I don't want to scream in all of your ears. But take a deep breath in and really let all of that emotion go and let it go aggressively inside of that circle. Okay, everybody ready? Make sure you anchor yourself well. Take a deep breath in. And here we go. Okay, put as much energy as you can behind this release. I flattened the tip of my marker. So, the seed shell itself is all of the programming we have had in our life that tells us we need to be limited. We need to be small, we need to be contained, we need to be agreeable, whatever it may be. And the release on the inside is all of your anxiety having to deal with the limitations that have been put on you, naturally or chosen. Whether you've chosen to limit yourself or whether the limiting beliefs are coming from your superego. So the first thing we want to do is we want to harmonize. We want to bring peace to ourselves and these heavy emotions and these fears. So for the next few minutes, we're going to do exactly that. We're just going to round the inside of this circle. I'm going to be quiet for most of the time and let you work in quiet contemplation. If you have questions, put them in the chat. I will look up from time to time and I will answer any questions you might have. But otherwise, be present with yourself. Be present with the fears. It is not a bad idea to have a journal handy so you can jot down any thoughts that pop up. If your mind starts to become blank as you're drawing and as you are rounding your composition, let it. This is good. We don't always have to be active. We can sometimes be in passive reception. Okay? Everybody enjoy rounding. Usually when we start rounding, we want to continue until all the rounding is done. But if you need breaks in between, and for whatever reason you can't sit through a prolonged period of rounding, give yourself time limits of 5-10 minutes. Complete that, take a break, come back to it. Okay, the idea is not to put strain on your body or on your psyche. The idea is to bring yourself ease and grace while you express healthily, without judgment, expressions of anger, disappointment, sadness, whatever it is that you might be feeling, fear. It is really important for us to express these kinds of emotions without any judgment. And when we use words to express them, our ego is always judging us. The ego is always judging the subconscious. And so the subconscious may not freely be able to express itself through words because it knows it will get quieted down. But expressing them like this, without words and somatically, allows your body to release the tension it's holding with these emotions. Your being is a closed circuit. Your mind, body, and soul are all connected there, and anything that happens affects all three at the same time. It engages all three at the same time. So this allows for both your body and mind to express things like anger, disappointment, fear, frustration, without having to justify it one bit. You just get to be present with the feeling and slowly come to peace with it, with the fact that it's there, with the fact that it's not fair, but it is there anyway. And so as we round this expression, we gain more of a capacity to tolerate it, to go through it with more ease and grace. Okay. So, once you round your first bit, your composition is going to look something like this. Do we need more time for rounding? Good. Everybody's rounded? Give me a thumbs up if I'm good to dissolve. Please make sure you're going at a pace that's comfortable for you. I don't want you to put too much strain on yourself. Okay, Steph is ready to go. Scylla, are we ready to dissolve? Great. Okay. So, now, in that seed, we were all a whole bunch of potential and fear and confusion and all of that. And we have rounded that and we have come to peace with that. Now what we want to do is we want to germinate out with this new intention of not being limited at all. We're going to break through these limits. So what we're going to do is we're going to take any exposed edges on this seed, inside of our seed, and we're going to start drawing neurographic lines coming out of it. Okay, if you want to double up your lines, you can. Okay, so you can. Doing this will give you more intersections to round. So if you don't want more intersections, don't double up your lines. Okay, but we're actually going to start feeling this energy of coming out and busting through our limitations. Okay, once you have all of the corners that are jutting out, start taking, if you need more lines, you can take nexus points where there's a lot of lines connecting already, and use those to draw out more lines. So I really want there to be an even flow of lines everywhere. Okay. Once you feel like you have enough lines and the energy is moving out, let's start the second round of rounding. This time, we are rounding two things. One, we are rounding the experience of busting through our limits. Okay, so we want to bring ease and grace to the process of rejecting some limits and going through them. Secondly, the minute we step out of our seed, we are involving other people in our business. And what we want to do is we want to bring ease and grace to those relationships as well. Especially because right now relationships are under strain. Okay? So again, let your mind wander if it wants. You can have a piece of paper or your journal handy for any thoughts that may come up. But as we are rounding this second time, I want you to think about all of the things that would bring you joy, but you've stopped yourself from pursuing. And I want you to ask yourself the question, why? Why do you stop yourself? Why do you limit yourself? Where does the no come from? And see how you feel with that. Everybody doing okay? are we doing for rounding? Do we still need more time? Okay, keep going, Steph. Let me know when you're done. Okay, Scylla, if you're done, you can start coloring. Now, I'm going to show you an earlier version of this that I have done, just as a guide for you to the column to color. Hi Miladjan, hi Azizadel. Okay, this is a previous one that I had done. You see it's a little bit different. Now, for this composition, I like to use the chakra colors. And I like to use the lower 3 chakra colors on the inside, since those are our physical chakras. The green right at the edge, because love is what connects us, our physical self, to our ethereal self. And then the top 3 chakra colors outside. And then what I have done is I have brought these colors out on these lines as well, so that they're not all trapped. Scylla, does that help? Does that make sense? This is one way of coloring it. Another way of coloring it is to color it intuitively. I want to see if I have another version in this notebook. I don't think so. I have to take out another notebook, but this is not the same algorithm, but at least this gives you an idea of, you can color them in sections. So you want to make sure you're always coloring 2 or more sections with the same color. So choose how you want to color your composition, and the next thing we do is color. Beautiful. Yeah, I like the chakra circles too. So I'm going to do the same. Steph, you can catch up anytime you like, darling, but you've done this a few times, so you don't need me to hold your hand. So for the chakras, I like to start with the red, the root right at the center, and start creating circles going out from there. So red is our blood. It's what anchors life into our body. So I like to start there on the inside. Next, we're going to go into orange. I like to draw a guideline first. And as you see, I'm not respecting any of the lines between my neurographic artwork underneath. I'm going over them as if those lines don't exist at all. Frequency moves through solid objects. And by introducing color, we're introducing frequency. And so it actually emanates through those things that we think are solid in our lives. Right? And the first primary chakras are I am, I create, I sustain. And those are very much physical aspects of our life. So I want to put those inside the seed of potential. I seem to be coming down with something. My nose is running. There's a tickle in my throat. I haven't gotten sick in 3 years, so I'm determined not to start now. But something seems to be happening. Next, we're going to go to yellow. And green. Green is for the heart chakra, and I like to do the green just around. So, and color the actual shell with it as well. I like the idea of being encircled by love all the time. If I'm going to be surrounded by anything at all, let it be love or nothing else. Love for myself, love for others, the love of others for me. So I'm connecting my green to my yellow, and I'm making sure to go over the shell of my seed as well. I want that to germinate with love. I want it to bloom in positivity. Next one is the blue chakra. I speak my truth. Having the courage to speak your truth and having the wherewithal to know what your truth is to begin with is really, really important in life. wear so many social masks these days that sometimes it's hard to remember what our truth actually is and what it looks like. So to be aware of it and to hold it present all the time, and to be able to express it, is a beautiful gift. I would like to be able to speak my truth all the time, although that's not always feasible, but at least I can intend for it. As I bust through my limitations, let me do it with truth in mind. Next, we go for indigo, so like a really dark blue or a dark purple. This is the third eye. This chakra says, I understand. I see behind the veil. I see the truth that is unspoken and sometimes only felt. I trust my intuition. I trust to be able to see without my eyes, to be able to sense the environment around me. Now also remember that in neurographic art we want to leave about 30% of the page white. Now with this one, I'm not going to actually bring the colors out on my lines because I've colored it in big enough of a circle that it's already taking a lot of my composition. So I don't feel that the colors are trapped. I can just allow this to be its own little rainbow at the center of my page. Okay? Last but not least, purple, crown chakra. I understand. I comprehend everything that is going on around me. I can put it all together. It's a beautiful journey, the journey of the chakra system. Even psychologically speaking, Very neat how we have 7 chakras and then the hierarchy of needs. And step by step from the bottom building up, from I am to I create to I sustain to I feel. Feel is the first time we're starting to come out of the bodily needs, out of the basic needs. Right? And the feel is what unites the body and the mind and soul. And then I speak the truth. I speak my truth. I seek to connect. I see those things that seem to be hidden. I see behind the veil. I see the things that are not out there to the naked eye. And then finally, I understand. I've come to unity consciousness. Well, whoever gets to understanding and to enlightenment will truly understand unity consciousness. It's this understanding that we are never to be destroyed. We always are. We just metamorphosize. We just go from one shape to the next, from one life to the next, one experience to the next. But we have the conservation of energy and matter in this universe because we are ruled by the laws of physics, and they're unalienable. They work 100% of the time. So the energy that is within us is going to get recycled and continue. So every time we are here, consciousness, general consciousness, is learning something about itself through us. And so we're not just a seed of potential for ourselves, but actually a seed of potential for the whole of the universe. We are actualizing our potential. We're actualizing the potential that the universe put in this tiny little container so it can learn about itself in a limited capacity. Anyway, that is it. Once you have your work colored, you can choose, if you are familiar with Neurographica and you want to bring in field lines, you can. You can use your chisel tip marker again to create these thick lines on top and re-round with those. I don't want to bring anything else other than the shell of my seed in that thickness. I want that to be the most visible on my page, so I'm not going to do that, but you're more than welcome to bring in universal consciousness as well. And that's it. Once you've colored it, if it brings you joy, great. It has done what it was meant to do. And with that, we have set an intention with this new moon in Sagittarius that turned new about an hour and a half ago. And we are using the purest energy of the moon in this moment to reconnect with ourselves, to set the intention of being limitless, of being free, and of having a joyful experience. I hope you shine just like this rainbow every day of your life. No matter which phase you're in, no matter which color you're in, I hope that you shine bright always and in all ways. So, if there are any questions, let me know. If not, slowly I can release you to the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for sharing this with me and being here as I set my own intentions. This was very special for me. No questions? No thoughts? Absolutely my pleasure, Scylla. I hope you had a good time with it. I'm amazed that you stuck through the whole 2 hours. I hope it was easy on your hand. And I will see you on Thursday. I'm very much looking forward to that. Steph, my love, you're doing okay? Beautiful. Thank you guys again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this new moon with me. Beautiful. Beautiful. I look forward to seeing it, Scylla. So with that, I'm going to release you to the rest of your evening. I hope you all have a good time, and if you have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to reach out. You know where to find me. Have a blessed night, everybody. Thank you so much. Ciao for now.